Ah, questo Enrico
Piao.
aquí con
Piao.
questa braja
Piao.
con este papel,
That's Spanish though.
este papel, este paper. Oh, senor, I have a paper. Okay, Abraham, enough racist Mexican jokes. Let's begin.
So today we are going to talk about the differences between the ENFJ and the ENTP, ENFJ, ENTP, in the workplace. And we might be making some references, I guess, to our current workplace as a model of information flow.
Now help me remember, Abraham. Am I the ENTP or the ENFJ?
You're the ENTP,
I'm
Eric.
gonna let Eric down under
I
the
am the
ENTP.
ENFJ.
And you're the
But
ENFJ.
Abe.
Abraham. Abe, okay.
There you go.
Gotcha. Alright, I'm ready.
So the first thing that I wanted to mention was how they work with others. I want to discuss first and foremost with Eric. Eric, what do you think that the main difference is with regards to how they work with a group of individuals? Let's say a small group of individuals. If you want to be specific, let's say 5 to 8 people. What's the difference between the major difference, I guess, something that would stick out like a sore thumb between the ENFJ and the ENTP and how they work with other people?
Um, group of 5 to 8?
Yeah, let's use group of 5 to 8.
I don't know. What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking that an ENTP, uh, you're a fair enough ENTP to use as an example.
Oh,
we'll use ourselves as examples, I guess. I guess we're
okay.
gonna have to generalize, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be accurate. So I'm thinking that a ENTP would be less. How do I explain? Less inclined to be social, I guess, in the sense where it would be less appealing for him to go out with that said group of people that he or she works with than an ENFJ would feel about it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Not want to go out as much.
Yeah,
With a big group, especially.
right. And I think that an ENFJ would probably be more inclined to that as well. But see, one thing is, if an ENFJ isn't invited, then he or she probably takes that harder than an ENTP who doesn't get invited to a social event like that, right? That's another thing.
Well, if I wanted to go to such a social event and people were talking around me and I wasn't explicitly invited, I'd be likely to say, "Can I go along with you guys to this thing, or is this something that is invitation only or whatever?" I try to figure out some way to do it less clumsily than that, probably. But
Yeah,
I don't think you would. I think there'd be times when I wouldn't explicitly invite you. That you'd think that means you weren't invited, but some of the time it would actually mean I just forgot to even think about it.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's never really happened. So
Yeah, I think I've always invited you everywhere that we're going.
Eric always takes me on these adventurous food slash video recording
I wish you'd
trips.
come today to Colonial Kitchen. I should have brought you along, but you live so far away.
Yeah. Um, I'm feeling that the ENTP is like that person in that I'm assuming everyone who watches TWFP
This
is
could be their first time ever watching an episode.
has some sort of education, right? Like high school education or something, or even in middle school at that. Because I remember doing group projects, which is basically everyone has had that experience where they put you in a group project to do, right? And there's always like that one person who's very highly in charge of the direction in which said project is going. And sometimes that was me, and sometimes that was other people. Um, and then I think to this day I still try to be that person now, even if it makes me the bad person because I've been, trying to get good grades on stuff, especially project stuff. But anyways, the point being is this: an ENTP is more than likely to be that person and to be that uh, leader with regards to what direction you're heading and stuff on certain things, right? So let's use a project as an example. Let's say that you have that group of people and you have X person who disagrees with an ENTP on making a certain decision, heading a certain direction, and the ENTP doesn't like that, right? That would be like, I think that's ENTPness because it's like, to
ENTP.
me, I picture it as like, as an ENTP just being like, I guess bossy or something.
Okay.
I mean, Eric's not bossy, and when he is, I call him out on him. I call him out on it, and I say, Eric, you're being mean, and he'll pick up on it, and then I have to be really, I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel.
You have to be really what? I want to hear.
I have to be very like low key about it. I don't tell him right off the back, Eric, you're doing this wrong. I just kind of just say, hey, Eric, uh, you should think about this, right? Or I try to do this thing where I take the what I think is the severity of the comment I'm about to make, and I turn it into a joke so it doesn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Well, but that doesn't have any impact on me though, Abraham.
It
There's
doesn't, but it
there's a
doesn't.
lot
But
of things you do that don't
okay,
work as you intend them to.
it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Right. Um, but it does to the extent where it helps me communicate with you better,
That's
right?
true.
And sometimes it does make you think about
No, I'm telling you, I'm
things.
not saying it doesn't work on me in the sense that I don't. I appreciate you drawing these things to my attention to these things and pointing out when I'm having problems. I'm not saying that anything in response to that. What I'm saying is that your attempts to manage my emotional responses to it are most effective in the sense that I can see that you're being careful and trying to construct an emotionally sensitive response, and then that's what causes me to go, oh Jesus, I must be being a complete asshole right now.
Yeah. So that the ENTP is prone to be that person that's very directy, I guess, which is not very surprising because Eric was the director for his previous academic institution.
I'm not by nature super directory.
I mean, but I don't. I do think so, but I don't think that it's like in a bad way either. You know. But then again, that you are like the boss of your own business and stuff. So
Right.
that makes sense.
I mean, the
It
thing
makes
is, I
sense to
try to
be that
give.
way.
Yeah, here's something to remember for I think the audience in general is that Abraham hasn't worked at a real job before, so he doesn't know. He doesn't understand what this is. This is like, oh, what, Eric sometimes being a dick. Yeah, well, I guess I'm sometimes a dick, and sometimes people get really upset about it, and sometimes that upsettedness can last a long time, and that's upsetting to me because you know my hope is not to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick.
No.
I just get mad at sometimes.
I'm not a dick. I just get mad.
Well, I'm saying I'm not trying to be a dick. I
I
just
can
get
picture
mad.
that as the title of this video now. I'm not a dick, I swear. I just like to get mad sometimes.
I just do get mad sometimes. I guess I like to get mad. I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Okay, so my next thing is like, who do you feel provides the best services? I'll define services, okay? Uh, that caters to their customers, and let's say services are like educational services or
Mm-hmm.
something. Even though that sounded really bad from the start, but we'll define services as educational for the sake of simplicity and what we currently do, right? What both of us currently do. So uh, I'm saying who deals with, I guess,
Customers? Who deals with
yeah,
the
yeah,
customers?
better. Well, that I mean
Who,
that's
you or me?
yeah.
Oh, it depends what you mean by deal with them. If you mean
like
coach their kid in debate, me. If you mean talk to them and give them schedules and stuff like that, you.
Okay, that makes sense. But we both do a fairly good job coaching, Eric.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
You
have
do
your
a kick ass.
specialty,
The
I
only
have
difference
mine.
is that you do a kick ass job.
You have you have your specialty, I have mine. I am not saying that,
Yeah, I know, I know.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's why I specified debate.
But seriously though, what do you think? I know you mentioned earlier, but if you could maybe expand on that a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let me pause this. Let's stop this. This is the end of part 1.